Welcome to Hella Scary Stories, where we dive into the darkest, most twisted, real life tales. One terrifying story at a time. I'm your host, Osiris, and tonight I want to take you somewhere. Picture this: you're walking through the French Quarter of New Orleans. The air is thick, the street lamps glow soft and gold. Music drifts from a nearby jazz bar, but one building on Royal Street feels different, cold, still like it's watching you. It's beautiful, but no one wants to live there. And once you hear what happened inside, you'll understand why. This is a true story of the LaLaurie Mansion, a house so evil, so soaked in suffering, that its horrors echo across nearly 2 centuries. Let's rewind the clock to the early 1800s. New Orleans was a city of beauty and brutality, a place where wealth, slavery, and high society all coexisted behind lace curtains and wrought iron balconies. At the center of it all was a woman named Delphine LaLaurie, born into wealth, married 3 times, and the proud owner of a stunning 3-story mansion at 1140 Royal Street. Madame LaLaurie was a socialite of the time, rich, elegant, admired. Her parties were legendary, her reputation impeccable, at least on the surface. But behind closed doors, something sinister was happening. People in the neighborhood started whispering. They said slaves in their home looked afraid and malnourished. One little girl was seen falling, or maybe being pushed from a balcony to her death. The case was quickly swept under the rug. Then, one morning in April of 1834, a fire broke out in the mansion's kitchen. Firefighters rushed to the scene. Neighbors helped break down the doors. That's when they found the cook, a woman chained to the stove. She started the fire herself. She said it was the only way to escape the horror upstairs. What they discovered in the attic would leave the city in shock. Inside was a secret torture chamber. Chained to the walls were enslaved people, mutilated, starved, and barely alive. One man had a hole drilled in his skull. Another had his bones broken and reset in twisted, unnatural shapes. A woman was found wrapped in her own intestines. Others were hanging by iron collars, their mouths sewn shut. Newspaper couldn't even describe some of the details. They said it was simply too horrific. Madame LaLaurie fled that same night, disappearing into the shadows. Some people say she escaped to Paris. Others claim she never left the city, but her mansion, that stayed behind, and it never let go of what happened there. After the fire, the mansion sat in ruins. The people of New Orleans, furious over what they'd learned, stormed the place. They smashed furniture, shattered windows, and swore never to speak her name again. But the house was never quiet after that. Tenants who dared move in reported ghostly footsteps, doors slamming, cold spots. Some heard chains dragging across the floor. Others saw figures in the attic, shackled in place, whispering. Over the decades, the mansion was turned into a school, a music conservatory, even a furniture store. But business never lasted long. The store owner said every time he came in, his inventory was soaked in a strange brown fluid. Workers refused to go upstairs. Eventually, the place was abandoned again. The hauntings never stopped. And then, in the early 2000s, a new name appeared on the deed: Nicholas Cage. Yes, that Nicholas Cage. He bought the LaLaurie Mansion, supposedly fascinated by the history, but he never spent a night there. Within a few years, Cage lost the mansion, along with several other properties, and filed for bankruptcy. Some say it was just bad luck. Others believe the curse of the mansion took him down, just like it had so many others before him. Today, the LaLaurie Mansion is privately owned. You can't go inside, but tourists and ghost hunters still crowd around the gates, hoping to catch a glimpse of something otherworldly. Some say they see shadows moving in the upper windows. Others feel cold hands on their back or hear faint screams from the attic. And a few say they've seen Madame LaLaurie herself, standing in the window, her face calm, as if proud of what she'd left behind. So what do we make of it? Is the LaLaurie Mansion truly haunted? Or is it just the weight of its horrific story pressing down through time? Maybe both. What we do know is this: evil leaves behind a mark, and sometimes the walls remember. Next time you're in New Orleans and you pass 1140 Royal Street, don't look up, don't stare too long, and if you feel something watching you, walk faster. Thanks for listening to Hella Scary Stories. If tonight's tale chilled you to the bone, Make sure you follow, rate, and share this episode with your fellow horror lovers. Got a scary story of your own or want me to cover something next? Hit me up on social or send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Osiris, and until next time, sleep tight, and whatever you do, don't go into the attic.